know if you guys have seen the $40 million bounty that Iran has put on President Donald J. Trump's head, but oh my god, they crowdfunded it.
Donald Trump has officially been diagnosed with a chronic pulmonary condition. Let's talk about it. Earlier this week, a lot of news sources were talking about the fact that Donald Trump's hands are very clearly bruising more often, and he's trying to cover it with concealer, in addition to the fact that his ankles appeared unusually swollen. Because of this, he had an emergency pulmonary checkup. What came out of it was a chronic venous insufficiency diagnosis. CVI happens as the blood vessels in your leg break down over time with age and lose the ability to send blood back to the heart as efficiently as they are supposed to. This is not a lethal condition. It's something that can typically be fixed by exercise and weight loss. The problem is Donald Trump doesn't exercise. In the past, Donald Trump has even gone on about his unscientific belief that humans only have a finite amount of physical energy in their lives, and when you work out, you actively shorten your lifespan. So there you go. Now, without exercise, without appropriate weight loss, CVI can elevate into more serious conditions, namely things like congestive heart failure. And the risks of CVI leading into something like congestive heart failure or other serious cardiac issues actually goes up drastically when you are not eating healthy and you are not exercising. There are 3 things to remind you of. Donald Trump loves fast food, he loves Diet Coke, and he does not let other people tell him what to do. Which means even if the White House doctors and nutritionists are telling him, we've got to switch your diet to something healthier, he's not going to do it. And another important thing to remember is that Donald Trump and the people who surround him are never honest about the condition of his health. So remember, he had the results of a physical released earlier this year, which put his physical stats at the equivalent of an NFL linebacker. If they are willing to admit to chronic venous insufficiency, I'm willing to bet the reality is far more severe.
Before somebody gets in my comments and say something they absolutely should not in a public space between this pulmonary issue and this 40 million by Iran, if this president passes, you will have the VP. The VP will accelerate this move, and there will not be any glitches because he is pretty much with it. The holdup has been the president because he wants it a certain way, and also you have to see that global powers want him in this position due to global economics and things happening such as BRICS. I posted something about China, if you didn't notice, about them supporting the ARC. And another thing, John Wick, the last movie, had 26 million on him. I want you to know, no mercenary would take a deal of 40 million for this whatsoever. It would have to be at least $500 million. Why? Because you need disappearing. I mean, disappearing like you go to the bottom of the sea and say that you passed away due to being in a combustible or something operated by Sega, I don't know, ship. Because if you haven't noticed, billionaires are literally passing away and they're just disappearing, I would say. That is my theory. So you're not looking for them. So this person would need disappearing money.